Hey there, welcome to the Listener channel. Welcome to your weekly love reading. This is your love guidance. In this reading, we're going to look at what your guidance is when it comes to love. Now, keep in mind that the guidance here may come in the form of other stuff, things that don't make sense, but everything is connected. And when you attend to this area of your life, the legs that connect to it, the energy flow that connects to your love life, shifts. So we're going to be getting guidance from Spirit, Universe, God, Team, however you relate to that energy, the powers that be that have guided you here to want to nudge you in the right direction when it comes to attracting the highest form of love for you. And that's the kind of love that is good for you from a higher perspective. So let's get into it. What's the love guidance that you have for us this week? Okay. Oh, this is so funny. Okay. We have co-create in the reverse, time to go, observer, happy, happy, and go the distance. So, what is your love guidance this week? Co-create in reverse is always a really weird message that comes up, especially honestly in any reading, because it talks specifically, definitely about co-creation, right? It talks about creating with spirit, creating specifically with spirit. This could be creating with someone else, and maybe you're guided to create with someone else for you to have this sort of give and take, this I go, you go, I say, you say. We're in this together. You are an individual being that also exists in this world. I am an individual being that also exists in this world. What do you think? This is what I think. And maybe trying to find some sort of way to cooperate with that. There's a message here that feels, I'll say, that there's a need to definitely, invite the divine in your thing, in your romance. And this is a message that, if you're following this in real time, is kind of consistent with what's been happening. So I'm glad I just did one, because this would have been 7 readings of the same thing, just from different perspectives. If you're new and you're just hopping on this, that's fine. This is perfect for you. There's a sense of space and time and travel and movement here in this love guidance. This cheetah here in the co-creation card, right, reminds me of this cheetah here that wants to go the distance. This woman here who's running, time to go, time to go, time to leave. She doesn't remind me of this lady, but let's say she does, I suppose, in some weird way. Maybe they're alternative sides of her. I don't know if it's the same person right now in this moment, but these are definitely the same cheetahs. And there's something about this cheetah in this co-create space that is running to some sort of finish line, to some sort of end goal, to some sort of end point. So I'm going to look a little bit deeper at this since we have the time. It's a one shot. I want to flesh this out a little bit more. I love Observer because this is about the simple things and watching how things go, watching how things play out. It's this sort of like you go, I go energy again, where you do something or you instigate something or something comes up, and then you pause, you wait, you see how that transpires, how that moves in the energy before you just, run around like a headless chicken. And I love that Happy came out here because it's enjoy the time, be a clown, laugh, enjoy each other, or enjoy yourself when it comes to your love life. I'm going to get into the tarot here to get in maybe like an even deeper message, but I want to look at some of the individual messages from the book. So with Co-Create, the guidebook talks about you're trying too hard to create all that you desire without the nurturing vital force of spirit. Perhaps you are in a creative slump, suffering writer's block, facing a monumental task, but unable to decide your first step, so you just avoid doing anything. Does the word overwhelmed apply to you right now? Why do you think it all has to come down to you? Inspiration means drawing in of divine guidance. You must tap into spirit, not simply yourself. Ask spirit for inspiration. Two minds are greater than one, so co-create with your divine partner. Reclaim your partnership with spirit. Inspiration will flow through you as soon as you get out of your own way. I like that. Time to Go has an interesting message. Obviously, it's about leaving, but I feel like it's leaving a phase, right? Because it's walking away from how things have been. Maybe you have been focusing on things by yourself. Maybe you haven't invited the divine or the person that you're working with into your relationship. Maybe you haven't looked at it from their perspective. Maybe you've, looked at it from their perspective for too long and you haven't looked at it from your own perspective. There's a certain energy that's leaving your dynamic, and maybe even a happier, lighter energy entering it this week. Or at least that's part of the guidance, to sort of get some distance. And this has been coming up a lot, 8 of Cups, and I'm making a particular point to say there's an emotional pullback. There's like an emotional reset with the 8 of Cups coming up in this type of energy. It's over, or at least the very form of this relationship is no longer of service to you or the other person. This is a time of letting go, of knowing that the journey has come to its conclusion. That doesn't mean anything is lost, although this card could speak of a breakup, drifting apart, or the end of a soul contract. It's more about release than destruction. Remember the saying, if you love something, let it go. If it comes back, it's yours. If not, it never was. Endings are always a sign of new beginnings. If you want something deeper, walk away. So I feel like that's a message absolutely to some of you, where you do make some sort of move, or you make some sort of something, and maybe, that yields something, but I really feel like the essence of the message, because if you've been on the channel for any period amount of time, I read the essence, and sometimes the essence of something can look different, but the outcome is the same. The essence is the same, but the outcomes are different. But it's the same guidance, it's the same energy that was given to the group. But to me, I do feel like this is an emotional pullback. I'm not getting like an ending here. It could be for some of you, but it also could be an ending of a certain connection to the bond, a certain tie to how things are, a perspective shift. That's kind of what I'm picking up on. I'll definitely, once again, pull more with tarot. Tarot. I want to read Go the Distance, Obvi, and Happy. There are moments in a relationship when you just feel good about whom you're with, and you know that your heart is wide open to befriend, to love, and to care for another without wanting anything in return. So this energy is really like, it's almost like a step, pause, look around. Will they move to you as well? That type of, it's like, how will they move? And like, not dictating where it goes, just sort of putting your truth out there or something like that. And this isn't necessarily about speaking up or whatever. I feel like this will flow naturally, but it's like there's some energy that you give, some energy that you input into the situation, or they do. I'm thinking you do. And you pause and you wait and you see rather than frantically trying to figure things out. There's this give and take, this give and take, this give and receive. This I go, you go, I go, you go, this turn taking. Very Six of Cupsy energy, Six of Pentacles energy. I like it. This is the kind of happy that you just want to share. The appearance of this card in a reading tells you that joy and contentment are here now, not somewhere else or off in the future. The grass is greenest right where you stand. Be grateful and delight in the relationship. And if you're seeking one, be happy now. Happiness attracts more of itself like bees to honey. You either are in or calling in a harmonious relationship that can stand the test of time, for better or worse. As you ride the ups and downs and even strain, break yourself, and are remade in new growth, you are being redeemed by the power of regeneration. That's amazing. Harmony does not mean there will never be a wrong note played, but that relationship is marked by endurance and dedication to overall unity. A new song can be written, an instrument can be tuned, and the symphony of love will play on. Listen with your heart. Isn't it magnificent? So, cool. Let's see what the tarot brings up for us here. Let's see love guidance or any sort of clarifications to this reading. Okay. Yeah, it's so funny. The Knight of Swords is out here. He is out here wildin'. You know, every time I see the Hierophant, I see him as stability, but he's a number 5, and that 5 is always about change. To me, I see him as someone who, the funny thing is the number that's missing here is 6, which is the lovers. That's so funny. When I see the Hierophant, I think of him as doing things by the book, doing things in a traditional way. Always when I see him, I think tradition, but I also do think stability, commitment, that type of thing. With him coming out with the Two of Wands in reverse, I feel like there's an essence here of really having the energy guide itself. Simply because of the Two of Wands and these two people here, there's a larger focus on the Hierophant, on the teacher of life, on a certain passiveness with the Two of Wands in reverse, but also an activeness with the Knight of Swords. With the Two of Wands in reverse, I see this world. So I feel like there's a bit of a contradicting message, but I don't... I think it... Because Two of Wands is either way sort of like not making... It's making a choice, but in the reverse, it feels like a certain passive energy. Which in the upright, it is something of a passive energy. So in the reverse, it could definitely be more of an active energy. I'm going to call this passive, because we do have pretty active energies here. I feel like this is a learner energy. And learning is passive. Learning is something that happens to you. Education, being taught. So the energy is teaching you, it's guiding you. You showing up as the Knight of Swords is very interesting. There's definitely movement, for sure. I mean, you have the fucking, I don't even know, like, the ruler of movement, the minion of travel, the Chariot. So, there's definitely some type of movement here. I'm gonna go to, like, the basic, raw thing of a chariot, which is guiding the direction with which you want to travel in. So while there's a certain passivity, like you're still in control. If anything, control is a part of this energy of yours that you're exercising. Whether it's control in halting your thoughts, whether it's control in managing your ideas, whether it's control in managing your wishes, your desires. Because if you're doing a give and take with somebody, it takes control for many people, myself included, to not panic and try to fix things. To not panic and send a message saying, okay, never mind. No, like, let that shit sit, you know? And that's what I get with the chariot. This sort of you pulling the cart, you deciding where these sphinxes go. Exactly with the Knight of Swords. I mean, he's running that horse. That horse is at the beck and call of that dude right there. But also, I'm more drawn to the horse in this moment. So I feel like you're being taken somewhere anyway. Like you're being ridden and you're being taken somewhere anyway. And sort of like allowing the Hierophant energy to be the manifestation of where it wants to take, where you want to go, like where your higher self wants your romantic love life to go. The Hierophant energy being the rider and you being the horse, being taken and being guided. Definitely at a speed. But a speed that you, an end point that you guide as you are the chariot. The horse is the chariot of the rider. And I feel like the rider is the Hierophant. And you're not the Hierophant, you're the horse, you are the chariot. So what are your goals? What are your dreams? What do you want for yourself in your love life? Because you're moving there.